Hello friends, today we are going to learn a very important topic in Microsoft Excel, that is VLOOKUP. First, we will try to understand why VLOOKUP is required, and then we will see how we can actually implement it. So let's begin. Now suppose there are two tables or two Excel sheets. In one Excel sheet, employee master, you have employee code and employee name. And in another Excel sheet, you have employee code along with the appraisal ratings and increments. Okay, so here you can see two tables. One is employee master and appraisal table. In employee master, you have employee code and employee name, but in appraisal table, you don't have employee name. Yes, can you see this? Employee code, rating, increment, designation, but you don't have the employee name. Now, at times, you need to merge these two Excel sheets. Yes, depending upon the employee code. Now here employee E001 corresponds to Vinayak Bhatt. So here I want employee name in this sheet, appraisal sheet. So how do I do that? Let's see. So employee master is gone, appraisal gone, and we get a consolidated data, employee code, employee name, rating, increment, and designation. So this actually is done in Excel using VLOOKUP. Now let's begin with VLOOKUP. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the employee Excel sheet. In employee Excel sheet, in the column A, we have the employee code. Column B, we have employee name. Okay, so in column C, you have to write a formula. In C2, you can see this column number C and row number 2, C2. This is referred to as C2. So in column C2, you focus your mouse and write a formula VLOOKUP A2 appraisal $A$2 colon $D $11 comma 2 comma 0. Now we'll understand in some time what this formula actually means. Okay, so exactly what we are trying to do here, we are trying to fetch this data, that is ratings data, from the appraisal table into our employee master sheet. Okay, so this is my appraisal sheet, Excel sheet in Excel, and this is my employee sheet in Excel, and I'm trying to fetch the ratings column in my employee sheet using the formula for VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP $A2 appraisal $A2 colon $D2 $11 comma 2 comma 0. Now let's try to understand this formula step by step. Now what do you understand by $A2? So when you say dollar, you are going to freeze that particular thing. So here I am saying $A means I am going to use only column A. So whenever my formula, if I write the copy this formula here in this, see, the next step will be copying the formula to these cells. So whenever I copy the formula in another cell, this $A, so $A remains fixed and this 2 will change. So suppose if I write the formula in C3 in this particular row, or maybe if I write the formula in C5. So whenever I write the formula VLOOKUP in C5, this $A will remain constant, and instead of 2 I will get 5. So this thing will be clear when we actually do it in the Excel. Okay, again, so I'm referring to A2 here in this employee sheet. I'm referring to this particular employee code. I will zoom it for clarity. So column A2, that is E0001. Okay, this is my search criteria. I'm trying to search this using the VLOOKUP formula. Okay, and where am I trying to search this? I'm trying to search this in my appraisal sheet. So this is my appraisal sheet. Zoom in. So here I will find the employee data. This is my employee data for E001. So here if you see, there is no name, and here if you see, there is employee name. So I'm trying to fetch this ratings data into this particular employee sheet. Okay. Now this appraisal sheet. Now the second comma in VLOOKUP you have got how many parameters? 1, 2. This is entire thing is 1, 3, and 4. So step by step we are trying to understand the 4 different parameters which we are using with the VLOOKUP function. So $A2 is nothing but the reference to this cell A2. Now appraisal here is nothing but the sheet name. The sheet is appraisal, right? So here the appraisal is the sheet name, and I am referring in this appraisal sheet, I am referring column A2 to D11. So this is A2 and this is D11. This one. This is D11, right? Yes. So this I am trying to search my E001 in this particular range. So this is the range of data in appraisal sheet. So this is the appraisal sheet. This is my search criteria, and this is my range of data. Now if you see in the range of data here, this $A, $2 and $D, $11. What do you understand by $A, $2 and $D, $11? See, my search criteria, it is going to remain the same. The cells are not going to change. That's why I am using the dollar sign here. So whenever I move the formula or write the formula in the next cell, this particular search criteria will not change. Is that clear? Okay. Now, what do you understand by this 2? The 2 is nothing but the index number for this rating column. So if I start with A, it is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. So I want this rating column value here. So the rating column is the second column in the appraisal sheet. So I want this rating column, that's why I am writing 2. And finally 0 stands for true value. So it is 0 stands for false. In a binary we have 0 is false and 1 is true. So what is this false? This false is nothing but, yes, this particular is false is nothing but I want the exact match of this value. I don't want the nearest value. I want the exact match. So I am writing 0 as the this. So it is standard. So don't worry about that. Okay. Next. Now when I enter this formula in VLOOKUP, type this formula in when I type this formula in this column C2, and then when I say enter, what will happen? This value 1, it will be reflected in the ratings column. Okay. Similarly, if I copy this formula to all the other columns, suppose I double click here, then the formula will be reflected in the other cells also. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's take some example from enterprise resource planning. Okay. So this is an example of enterprise resource planning, and whenever you download any Excel sheets from an ERP system or your legacy system, so you always use a VLOOKUP. So generally the data is extracted from a legacy system and exported to Excel. Such data which is pulled from the database is in the normalized form. The master tables and the transaction tables are separate. Example, the customer data is stored in the customer table, product data is stored in the product master, and so on. Also, the transaction tables only contain the primary key values in the master table. So to consolidate the data, that is to denormalize it and analyze the data, we use VLOOKUP in Excel. Another way is to use structured query language which need database access and expertise. Now, here I have used certain jargons like database, primary key, master table, transaction table. So these jargons or these definitions, they come from a ERP system. So don't worry if you have not worked with ERP, you'll it is not important here. What is important is how to use a VLOOKUP on this data. So let's see an example. Now suppose there is a customer master table. So we have a customer number, customer name, address, telephone number. Okay. Now this is just a small shop, say grocery shop, and the grocery shop, it maintains a list of customers. So customer, his name, his address, and telephone number. So whenever someone calls in the shop, they will supply the goods to that person. Okay, at the particular address mentioned here. So this is a customer master table containing customer data like customer name, address, and telephone number. Now there is another product master table where you have the product ID, product name, price per unit, and the unit of the product. For example, basmati rice is sold in kg, while vegetable oil 1 liter packet is sold in unit is pack. Fine. Okay. Now there is a sales order table. The sales order table is the transaction table here. The previous two were the master tables. One was the customer master, other was the the other was the other was product master. Okay. So the sale order transaction table contains order ID, order date, and customer number. Now here, just by seeing at the sale order, you can only see the customer number. You cannot find out the customer name, isn't it? So you have got order ID and order date, but you don't have the customer details here. Also, we don't have the product details. So only we can identify that C0006. He has ordered something on 1st of August, and the order ID is OR 6901. Okay, fine. But how do I find the customer name here? There is no way I can find the customer name. And what products the customer has ordered, that also we don't know. The products which the customer has ordered, it is in the sale order details. So here I have mapped the order ID, product ID, and the quantity. So the sale order table, details table contains the list of products in a sale order. As discussed earlier, only the primary key, that is unique key value columns of the order table and the product table are taken here. Example, order ID and product ID. So here, to minimize the space in the database, we are only taking the order ID and product ID, and we cannot make out from this data which product was ordered and which customer has ordered the product. Okay. So at times when you export such data from the database, see, either there are two ways of getting a consolidated data. One is writing a structured query language in a database, which a layman cannot do, right? And access to the database is also very important. If you don't have the access to the database, how will you write the structured query language? Hence, what we can do is we can simply download these three different tables, four different tables. That is the customer master. You can download in Excel, product master, order master, and sale order details. And then we can apply our VLOOKUP, which we have learned in the previous example, and we can get consolidated data like the sales order data here as seen here. So this sales order view is created by using VLOOKUP and group by function in Excel. So here you can see I get all the details like order ID, order date, customer number, customer name, address, telephone number, product ID, product name, rate, quantity, unit, and amount. And I also get the subtotal of the different orders. So this 240 is order number 1. This 290 is order number 2, and so on. And finally I get the final total 8640. So I can, using the group function, I can find what is the amount of each order also. So here, if I zoom it, so this is order number 1, and the total is 240, and the final total is 8640. Okay. Now that is end of the PowerPoint slide. Now let's actually practically try VLOOKUP in Excel sheet. So here in my Excel sheet, I have got the employee code, employee name, and another Excel sheet I have got the appraisal sheet, that is employee code, rating, increment and designation. So already we have increment here. Now let's try designation. So here I will click is equal to VLOOKUP. Yes, I will select this employee code which I want to search in my appraisal sheet. I will select this criteria. This is my range of data. Okay, now here, comma, I want which value? I want employee code, rating, increment, right? So increment is first, second, and third index. So put 3 here, comma. This is always 0 because 0 is for exact match and 2 is for approximate match. I want the exact match of E0001, right? Okay, and simply enter. Okay, so this, sorry, excuse me, here I want a designation. So I will put index number 4 and I will get the designation, that is manager. Vinayak Bhatt is the manager. Okay, now there is one change which I need to do. You have to click here and click on your function key, function F4, $A2, and here this is very important, and again click on function F4. So you'll get $D, $11. So now why it is required, I will explain you. See, whenever I copy this function here to the next cell, now if I put $A, $2, this will remain same in all the corresponding rows. See here. So because see my data is here, right, in this range. So as you can see here, I have not put $A here. See, $A, $2. So I have not put dollar here, dollar sign here. So whenever I move to the next cell, it is changing the value 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to fix this column to $A, but I don't want the row number to be fixed. So I will enter, sorry. Okay. And I will copy this formula. So here now $A2 appraisal, $A2, $D2, which is a fixed range of data, and fourth index to find a designation, and then I will copy this data. Fine. Okay, friends. So that's all for now. Hope you understood the logic of VLOOKUP in Excel. Thank you so much.